Green is a leader with the Portsmouth chapter of Virginia Organizing. She's a graduate of the Portsmouth Public Schools and the mother of 5 children, all of them graduates of Portsmouth Public Schools. 3 of her students had disabilities, and so Tyran became an advocate for her own children and then for other parents' children as she navigated the challenges of ensuring that her kids got the services they had a right to. Tyran works as a photographer and also manages a hair salon in Hampton Roads, Virginia.
Good afternoon. As she said, my name is Tyran Green, and I am a leader with Virginia Organizing. I'm a proud graduate of the Portsmouth Public Schools. I have 5 children, all of whom also graduated from the Portsmouth Public Schools. Portsmouth is a historic city in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia along the Elizabeth River. Our public schools serve about 14,000 students. About 76% of them African American or Latino. 62% of the students are low income, and 12% that we know of have special needs. My children range in age from 19 to 28. 3 of them were identified as students with special needs when they were in school. Being identified as a student with a disability is supposed to guarantee you a set of services to support your learning. As you know, Congress passed a law in 1975 that requires school districts to provide those services. The money to pay for the services is supposed to be divided between the state, the local district, and the federal government. Congress promised that federal dollars would pay for 40% of the cost. And in Portsmouth, when you're a mom with kids who need services that aren't provided, it's very frustrating. What I experienced was a system that was not able to provide the services that were necessary in the classroom. And when one of my children was assigned to homebound services, we didn't get all we needed there either. In a regular classroom setting, teachers have to teach to all the students in the room. If there are students that require special attention or services, there's supposed to be additional teaching supports for them. Special education assistants like Elizabeth, who you'll hear from next. But I didn't see those supports in my children's classroom. Instead, the lead teacher gets stuck with trying to cope. She's got a whole classroom to worry about, and when there's a kid who needs something different, what is she supposed to do? As each year goes by, these students fall farther and farther behind. Eventually, they become a distraction in the classroom because they can't keep up with the material, and they don't want it to be obvious, so they act out. That becomes a behavior problem, and that leads to a suspension problem, and that leads to a dropout problem. What I saw with my children was a school system that didn't have the resources necessary to provide adequate services. Sometimes there were no specialists in the child study meetings I attended, no doctors, no psychologists, no social workers. Last year alone, Portsmouth only received $3 million in IDEA funds. Congress should have provided over $9 million at full funding. That's a $6 million debt to our schools. As a parent, I had to advocate for everything. I even had to hire a tutor for my daughter with my own money that I didn't have. For the most vulnerable students, low-income children, their parents may not be able to advocate for them or pay out of pocket for additional supports. Those are the children that should be most helped by Title I and IDEA, but in my experience, they weren't. As staff members of the U.S. House of Representatives, I urge you to meet the commitment that was made in 1975 to fully fund the federal portion of IDEA. For people like me and my children, it might have made all the difference in the world. Thank you.